This is the WJTS News. In tonight's news, Jasper police seeking help in theft investigation. Section of Brett Street in Huntingburg to be closed in preparation of paving project. Memorial Hospital announces Daisy Award winner. In sports, Kurt Gooksell reviews football regional action from this past weekend. And tonight's WJTS Inform, we meet Kyle Rupert with the Jasper Arts Center. All this and more in tonight's WJTS News. Good evening. I'm Jenna Schaffer with WJTS News. Jasper police are looking for the public's assistance as they investigate a theft that took place at a local smoke shop over the weekend. The department says they are looking for an elderly male involved in a theft from Smoker Friendly located along the 2900 block of Newton Street in Jasper. Police say sometime between 10:37 and 10:45 a.m. Sunday, the unknown male stole multiple items from the establishment. Surveillance photos show the man wearing a green jacket with a brown cap. Anyone with information should contact the Jasper Police Department at 812-482-2255 or can report anonymously at 812-481-COPS. Officials with the city of Huntingburg say in preparation for paving on Brett Street, the road will be closed between Van Buren and Washington Streets beginning Tuesday and will remain closed through this Friday, November 16th. Once again, officials with the city of Huntingburg say starting Tuesday, Brett Street will be closed between Van Buren and Washington Streets in preparation for paving on Brett Street. The street will remain closed through this Friday, November 16th. Officials say there will be no access to the road during the duration of the project. Motorists are asked to please find an alternate route during the course of the work. For more information, contact Huntingburg City Hall at 812-683-2211. The DuBois County Veterans Council hosted their annual observance of Veterans Day on Saturday. News correspondent Zach Ruber has the story.
The DuBois County Veterans Council hosted their annual observance of Veterans Day Saturday. All veteran organizations from DuBois County were represented for the event and recognized. The day began with an 8 a.m. Mass at St. Joseph Church in Jasper to honor all veterans and living and deceased. The observance then transferred over to the American Legion Post 147 in Jasper later that morning with the Northeast DuBois High School Band performing some patriotic songs such as military branch themes and the national anthem. An opening and closing prayer was given by Chaplain Carrie Heichelbeck. Marine Corps and Army veteran Anthony Hurst spoke at the event as a keynote speaker. Hurst talked about what being a veteran meant to him, reminiscing on times he spent with veterans at his local VFW when he took breaks on his paper route, learning and researching about wars and soldiers before him, as well as protecting his family and country. The Living Veteran Award was presented to Marvin Bagelin of Huntingburg. Bagelin said he was very honored to be given this award.
I'm very honored and very surprised. There's a lot of veterans here in DuBois County that have done more than what I did, but I'm very proud of what I did, and I'm very proud of this award.
A reception for the family and friends of Marvin Bagelin and those who participated in the observance hosted by the Jasper American Legion Post 147 followed. We here at 18 WJTS and all of DC Broadcasting would like to thank all of the veterans for their service.
Thanks, Zach. Emily Gooksell, a registered nurse in critical care services, has been named as the next Daisy Award winner at Jasper's Memorial Hospital and Health Care Center. Gooksell has been described as being very professional and making her patients feel at home and loved. The Daisy Award is an international program that rewards and celebrates the extraordinary clinical skill and compassionate care given by nurses every day. Memorial Hospital and Health Care Center is proud to be a Daisy Award partner, recognizing one of their nurses with this special honor each quarter. To find out more about the Daisy Foundation, please go to www.daisyfoundation.org for more information on how you can nominate a nurse. Visit mhhcc.org or contact Tammy Billings in Human Resources at 812-996-0154. 90s rockers and former MCA Records recording artist, the Y Store, will perform at the historic Astra Theater in Jasper Saturday, December 8th. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Local and regional act Fun Guns will perform at 7:30, and the Y Store will take the Jim and Pat Thien performance stage at 8:30. All times are Eastern. All seats are general admission with main floor tickets at $18.95 per ticket, and Best Home Furnishings balcony seating at $17.95 per ticket can be purchased in advance at astratheater.eventbrite.com or by phoning 812-566-1935. Questions or requests for ticketing assistance can also be sent to info@thenextact.org. The Astra Theater is owned and operated by Next Act Incorporated, who has raised nearly $2 million since forming in October of 2014, all of which was used to create an endowment in support of the venue's perpetual sustainability, purchase the facility, and then completely renovate it. For more information about Next Act, the Astra, or to learn how you might help, please visit thenextact.org or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. From turkey herding to parenting classes, agriculture in Purdue Extension in DuBois County has a long and storied history. This past weekend, Purdue Extension DuBois County held its annual meeting. Jan Dugan, Extension Director and Extension Educator, explains the meeting's purpose.
So today we are celebrating Purdue Extension in DuBois County for 100 years, and every year we have an annual meeting to celebrate our work and to report to the people about our work that we have accomplished during the past year.
Featured speaker for the 2018 Extension annual meeting was Lee Bilderback, a local historian, author, and teacher. Bilderback spoke of the beginning of agriculture in DuBois County up to the early 1800s. Bilderback says the county produced a varied list of agricultural products.
As I was researching, I was amazed by the southern influence on our earliest DuBois Countyans and how they grew crops like indigo and cotton and tobacco. And that being raised in the period that I was raised was unheard of. You know, we grew up knowing wheat, corn, soybeans. So that was one of the most interesting aspects of the research that I did.
There were many interesting stories presented by Bilderback at the meeting about early farming.
According to George R. Wilson, who was one of our, if not the historian of DuBois County history, he mentioned in one of his notes that they herded turkeys. And herding turkeys would be, they would have a herd of turkeys. These were the domestic turkeys. And this would be around the earliest 1800s, 1820s. The nearest market was Louisville. So they would herd the turkeys by enticing them to follow a wagon that was dropping corn along the road. And the turkeys would follow. And many times young boys would follow along those herds with switches, and they would switch to keep the turkeys focused and going the right direction. And I always thought that was interesting because in one story it talks about they had so many turkeys up in the trees at night that the tree limbs actually cracked and the turkeys came to the ground.
Purdue Extension of DuBois County makes an impact that is felt county-wide. Dugan touches on the many elements of the local extension service.
So within Purdue Extension, we have several areas that we work in. We have an Ag and Natural Resources program. We have a 4-H Youth Development program. We have a Health and Human Sciences program. We do not have an educator in our county that works in community development, but each of us do a little bit of the community development work also.
You can become involved in Purdue Extension by volunteering with the many 4-H programs, joining an extension club in your area, attending a workshop or program presented by Extension, or by simply calling the office to find out how to best protect rose bushes in the winter.
Runner set.
The cold weather didn't stop runners from taking to trails over hills and creeks to get the dirt on poverty Sunday. The Tri-Cap Mudslinger featured a 13.1-mile trek through the Ferdinand State Forest and a 6K run walk in below freezing weather. Sunday's run was the 6th held by Tri-Cap. Runners hailed from Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, and of course, Indiana. The Mudslinger makes use of the many trails at the Ferdinand State Forest, challenging even the most hardened runner. Tri-Cap Executive Director Joyce Fleck says the annual half-marathon event is a fundraiser with money raised used to help those in need.
And the money from the Mudslinger, Generally, it helps folks in lower income brackets, folks in poverty particularly. It helps keep them warmer for the winter on this cold day. What a better thing to do, although carrying warm hearts here to help warm someone else's home for the winter. We always have a need for utility assistance, which we do have a utility assistance program, but sometimes we have folks who are a little bit over that income bracket that don't qualify. So this helps for more people and throughout the year for other emergencies.
As a community action agency, TRICAP is part of America's largest poverty-fighting network. TRICAP is an independent, nonprofit organization that provides valuable services and assistance to individuals and families, most of whom are low income. TRICAP's health, housing, and education services change lives, empower families, and improve communities. Now stay tuned. Sports with Kurt Gooksell is next on WJTS TV 18.